So I've centered the clay. This is going to be for a large platter. I have the centering the clay in another video. It's about 15 pounds of clay. So first step is to flatten it out more. So I'm going to press down with the meaty part of my thumb, keeping pressure on the outside so that the clay doesn't go off center. After I flatten it out a little bit, I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to press down, I'm going to move this out. Make sure that as I press down, I'm not using the fingers because my fingers are weak and I'll hurt them. I don't want to hurt my fingers. So I'm actually going to press down with the heel of my hand on top of my fingers because my fingers have a better touch and I'll get in the space that I want. Now I'm going to move this pressure out. As I move this pressure out, I want to make sure I'm pressing down on the lip and move this out. Make sure I really compress this. Compressing the rim now. Okay, push this out a little more. Now I'm going to compress the bottom using a rib. This is about the only time I use a wooden rib. So I'm holding it at a high angle and I'm really pressing down. I'm going to go back with a little bit more round rib. Press it a little more. Take the lip, I'm going to pull it out and up. I'm going to start by pulling it up. I want to make sure that I don't make this part too thin. So as I get towards the top, I'm going to release that pressure, making sure that I point up. It's important too, as you pull the lip of the plate, that you don't make these finger pulls too deep, because it'll be hard to get rid of them after. It's also important to wet the whole surface. On a larger piece, it takes longer to wet the surface and it takes more water because there's more surface of the clay. Make sure I'm using as much slip as possible too. I'm going to kind of fold that up a little bit and then pull up again. Try not to put too much pressure on it. I'm going to go back. I clean up those rings with my rib. Make sure this lip is nice and compressed. And then I'm going to lay the lip out. Make sure I get all the water out of this. I'm going to take the larger wooden rib. I'm going to press this lip out, making sure that I don't get too far. Because as it dries, I can press it out again. So that would be it. Go back in, kind of designate this edge a little more. There we go. A large platter.